All those gold bars I retrieved from the Sierra Madre. I finally got my own train. I can finally take this rail on the go and escape that crazy Vegas. And let's have a look at the view. Oh my God! What the hell is that? What the hell is that, Eugene? Eugene, my lover, please don't. Just stay safe. Just stay behind me. Just make sure we're going to take this guy down. And Eugene, I left you for Festo. Choo-choo everyone, welcome to my second Fallout 4 video. If you never saw my first one, only legendaries, I'll leave a link in the description. But that was one of the very first challenges to come up on my channel, and I must admit, when I first did that one out, I did feel that Fallout 4 was a bit too long as a game. But I did want to go back, freshen it up, play this one with one of my most favourite weapons. So, I'll be asking the question, can you beat Fallout 4 with only the railway rifle? My save file begins at the end of the vault, as running away from rat scorpions and locking doors is a waste of my time and yours, and I decide to head off into the Commonwealth with a pep in my step and a choo-choo in my heart. I immediately set onto my marker for Big John Salvage, as that's the only place I could find that you can pick up a railway rifle pretty consistently. But before I do that, I decide to head back home, completely ignore Codsworth and pick up the I'm Special book, because god damn it, I am special. I head into the little bunker to steal the gold bars that I left here from the Sierra Madre and make my way to the high level area of the map. I mean, I remember Big John Salvage, but I've obviously only ever went there as a high level character. But before I keep this monologue going, I want to just truly embrace my choo-choo feelings and just woo, woo. I don't even want to begin to know what happened to this ragstag, but if you don't want that to happen to you, please remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I arrive at Big John Salvage, and this was a couple deaths, I'll be honest, a couple pretty consistent deaths, because you've got to flick the circuit breaker, and my first attempt at that ended with me being trapped in a corner just like that girl in Dirty Dancing, and well, nobody should have put me in that corner, but they did anyway, so I take a more tactical approach this time, come in from above like Batman, take a run, aim for the white fridge, and then I am finally in the ye old hidey hole, which, I mean, I actually had no idea this was part of the game, but looking into it for looking at this bit, it's quite a cool little spot, and the only place you can really find a railway rifle at this level. The only other place was a train's cart, which would have made more sense. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it only spawns after level 20, and I think the other ones you have to buy it, and I think they only start spawning in people's shop at a certain level, and I think only maybe Tinker Tom. But anyway, I've gone in, I've got it, I've only got 4 spikes for it. Try and escape over the Jamaica plain, and that ends in not so much fun, as I open this tricky little door thinking I was being smart and immediately get ambushed by a bunch of ghouls. But no time to complain. I do some parkour up these rocks and go to the only place that I know is truly safe, and that is the bus stop. As soon as I'm safe, I head straight over to the closest spot I had to Diamond City, as this is going to be, well, what I believe to be my initial best case to get some ammunition early in the game. Now, I won't waste your time by showing you what I had to do here, but this was a couple hours of a gameplay that shouldn't have had to exceed more than 10-12 hours, and you'll see what I mean in a second. I mean, I get to Diamond City, I run right past Mayor McDonough, I could not give a damn, and I head straight over to Arturo as Choo-Choo, and I look for some railway spikes. Now, what you'll notice is he doesn't have any. So I decided to head over to Myra of the supply shop, I can't remember its name. She does have railway spikes, she has 7. And at this point I'm feeling pretty confident. I've got 11 spikes, I'm taking poses with the weapon, I'm looking at a little steam coming out. I even decided to go do a little interview with Piper, and I only give her sarcastic comments as you're supposed to do. And I begin what I believe to be my main source of ammunition. Now, the vendors within the game, from what I know, every 3 days will restock, so I wait for 3 days, head over to Percy, and he does not have any spikes. So, alright, no problem, I'll quickly go level myself up, complete the Commonwealth stuff, wait a couple more days, head over to Arturo, and he doesn't have any ammo, and Myrene doesn't have any ammo, and I think you guys can start noticing the theme. Now I've got myself to 29, and I thought, well, that might be enough to get me to Nick Valentine. I waste 6 taking out a pack of ghouls, and I thought you would get, most of the time, you'd get your railway waste spike, because that's the big thing with the railway spikes. If you kill an enemy, you have a chance of getting it back. Now that's not too consistent, and after being down to 20, I decided that I simply don't have enough ammo. There's just too many trigger men. So I go back, wait, and it's here that I just decide, no. Not out of frustration, but out of pure care for my own time, unfortunately. So if you guys have noticing what I'm doing, I'm setting up a glitch. Now if you guys have seen Nurbit, he did the similar glitch in his paddle ball video. And what you do is you build a conveyor belt, a storage container, you drop your ammunition in onto the conveyor belt, it goes in the storage container, but before that you tell Dogme to pick it up, and what you should have is 2 sets of that stock. So I had 57, I drop it on the conveyor belt, I get Dogme to pick it up, I take it out the conveyor belt, I put them both on the floor, save the game, exit, come back, and I'm able to double my ammunition. What you might be noticing here is what I've decided to do is every time that I want railway spikes, I will take them from my storage container. I made over about 1,000, and if I want 100, they're 3 caps for 1 spike. So if I want 100 spikes, I will go buy 300 caps worth of stuff from Trash Can Carla, and then just go drop it straight into the ocean. You can see I'm able to take on Concord with this kind of ammunition, and I can fully understand if you guys believe that that's the quest over, that's the challenge failed. I mean, look at me failing already. How did I miss that guy? I certainly didn't miss him though. I mean, just before I get back into that, I want you guys to watch this very closely. Just watch this.
Side low kick.
During this fight, I actually had one of the most scariest encounters with the Deathclaw. I mean, look at that! I have never had that happen in this fight. He is setting an absolute beeline for me. And you start to really see the power of the railway rifle. I mean, although its high damage is great, it does a lot of stunning, but not enough to save me, unfortunately. So this time I do a little bit safer, coming with the power armor. And yeah, you'll see from the gameplay on the screen, I mean, the Deathclaw really had, I mean, no chance of stopping this onslaught, stopping this. I mean, it does so much damage so early. I suppose that's why you're not allowed to get it really until about level 20. And I even start to test this right out on Swan straight away. And yeah, although he's got high damage, I hit a little bit of jet, hit my stim pack, and just, it's taking a good chunk of his health every single shot. And I mean, watch this. I've never seen him do that before. He actually blocks. I've never seen him do it with the boat. Maybe I've never got this close to him before. Anyway, I head down into the vault, get Nick Valentine, and decide to try and pin Skinny's head to the wall. And it just didn't work, unfortunately, but I do get this pretty cool shot of it in his nose. As you can see here, I'm upgrading the railway rifle, and as I'm doing that, I'm picking up some more ammo. And like I said before, guys, if you think that waiting for the ammo should have been part of the challenge, I totally understand. If you believe I failed the run, let me know now. Leave a comment down below that I failed, and that's fair enough. But anyway, back to the main story. I get into Kellogg's house, just immediately run away from Dogmeat, head straight over to the fort by myself, and I make an absolute mess of this fight with Kellogg. I'm getting stuck in vats. I'm getting crippled. I'm trying to run away. Kellogg's fully in stealth boy mode, so he's just going to be a much bigger pain. And I mean, just like in Call of Duty, they get me with a nade in my camping spot. So this time no messing about. I immediately grab into vats and pin Kellogg's head right to the wall.
Nice.
And I get this pretty cool cinematic scene, as I'm getting an even cooler cinematic scene from the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, for anyone who knows about the old Master Tegan stuff, if you join the Brotherhood of Steel initially, you can go over to him, and he should actually sell about 100 railway spikes a time. And when I went over to Tegan, he did not. He only sold 12. And I started to get flashbacks of Diamond City Market, and I just thought, I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound. I've already used the glitch. I might as well keep going. I'm just going to be using the duplication glitch for the ammo, because without that kind of stuff, I wouldn't be able to do things like this, you know? Walk into Good Neighbor and immediately blow off Finn's head, which, I mean, it does actually set me into combat. I can't even use the memory lounger in the game because of that attack on Finn, which didn't aggro anyone, but for some reason kept saying I was in combat, which was weird. But the last point I'll say on the ammo, I didn't want this to be like a bayonet or a gun bashing run. I thought the whole point of this was to use the ammo, so to use the weapon itself. So yeah. And as I'm disappointed in myself, I decided to try and hit my son with the old coup de grace to vent my frustrations. Now, leaving the most boring mission of the game in the memory den, I go over to meet the most boring faction. And the reason for this is, yeah, I thought railroad rifle, go with the railroad. And I mean, Deacon's already making me regret his decision already with this.
And use my patented Tron bunk kit real quick to sort this out. Yeah, yes, I see. Oh, that's righteous. That's good. Ah, there it is. It's clear now. I've got it. Everybody moves fucking slow.
I mean, at this point, it's taking everything. I'm not even going to bore you with the mission. There's the Carrington prototype. Head back over to the railroad and just... God. I do go get the automatic upgrade for the rail rifle, and I immediately realised while fighting the Mirelocks that I am doing a lot less damage than before. And I thought the automatic thing would be quite nice, but I never found myself using it, so I immediately take it right back off, because I feel that the higher the damage, the better the weapon. I mean, and it's in full display here with this battle with the Deathclaw. I mean, the first time I struggled a lot, needed to use a little bit of power armor, but this one here,
payback time.
Absolutely no problem. And I'm getting very used to the weapon now, and I can head straight over to Virgil's cave and continue off the main story. Green tick at this point is just a breeze, except for this point where I get frozen in time. I mean, I didn't even know those mines were there before, and it results in another death. I mean, the other Fallout 4 video I did had the same thing, but just with the rocket launcher person. So when I get to the Corsa for the first time, again, the same as Kellogg, head into VATS and just start. I mean, you get a lot of VATS with this weapon. It's actually quite overpowered just how much you can use it. Anyway, I get the core strip decoded, head back over to my green best friend, old Shrek, and get myself teleported right into the Institute, where I'm going to meet, you know, even more great people. I immediately threaten to kill my own child, meet up with Liam the Spy, I mean that is the worst name I've ever heard in a James Bond movie, and begin the railroad quest. And here's why I think a lot of people actually don't like the railroad. I mean, yes, they're very annoying characters and they say very stupid things, they're very bossy, holier than thou kind of thing. But also, half of their quest is just the Institute's quests. I mean, they just steal it. I mean, apart from this first one here, where you got to get the code and then get the weapons for the escaping Sims. Other than that, it just takes the rest of the Institute's quests and just makes it them's. It just says, like, keep working with Father and get him on your side so you can help us escape later. And it's just like, I don't know, it just feels very lazy in terms of storytelling. I don't know about you guys, let me know what you think in the comments, but I am not a fan of it. And I mean, even then, I mean, look at the pain I go through here at Libertaria. I have done this quest 100 times. I have never been hit by this sniper-esque Fat Man Raider. I don't think I've ever died once to this guy before. And, oh god, I mean, I get to the top, get him all deactivated. I just start shooting out of frustration at this point and just start going. And if you guys didn't know, this is the first gameplay I've ever done where siding with the railroad. I've never done it before. I've sided with everyone else except the railroad. And this quest here, the Bunker Hill one, is quite, again, it's just you do it for the Institute as well, except this time you just got to kill the Courser, but instead of getting the other guys. I mean, I get it, but it's still, it's like, and it's not even the fun quest from the Institute. I mean, this one here, it's in 10 times speed. I could not find where why does he go to a random roof instead of meeting you in the Institute? I know he has some big, nonsensical, stupid speech that he's got about how the Commonwealth is ruined. But it took me, I swear, 10 minutes to find the door to get to him. And even though he gives me the biggest promotion, I mean, I just can't help but I just want to do laps of this table, just see how quickly I can jump over it. I mean, this game is, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, the #1 quest to do. I think the funnest way to play the game, and I may be wrong, but I think it's Brotherhood first, and then it's Preston Garvey #2. I love the Minutemen quests. I love doing the castle and all that stuff. I really have a lot of fun with that. The settlements are annoying, but the railroad steals half of its quests, and the Institute's just quite annoying quest and quite an annoying faction. I mean, yeah, the Minutemen and the Brotherhood are so much more funner to play. I mean, anyway, I'm in here getting the agitator. I mean, I'm agitated just doing this gameplay, and it's kind of frustrating at this point because I love this is like my favorite weapon in this game. I love the way it sounds. I like that it goes choo choo every time you reload it. I love the power. I love, like, you know, the kind of hunting rifles, the one-shot powerful rifle kind of gameplay. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, ruined by the railroad. And I mean, if that's not the understatement of the year, I mean, I can't even get this guy to calm down. None of my charisma is working. None of it. I mean, God, what happens here? That is terrifying, really. But war never changes, and whatever the line is. I mean, I get so distracted with that microphone stuff, I just decide to go, I don't know, kill gorillas out of frustration. I mean, that's not true. I'm supposed to kill this guy, who also doesn't listen to me. The Lawrence, I mean, cool name, dude. And I just decided to kill the gorillas. In my head, I was going to make the gorilla chair. I didn't. I just forgot later. I killed the scientists. This is cool. I've never done this one before. I thought this was quite interesting. Go speak with Father, and right before I put in the reactor core, I am literally getting the Institute to the most powerful it's ever been, and I'm gonna hit them with the old, you know, whim wham, left right, gotcha man, the old switcheroo, you know. But before I can hit with that switcheroo, I gotta go save the railroad from the Brotherhood, which just feels so... Oh, it just feels so wrong. Just feels so wrong. I mean, they don't even seem appreciative that I came to warn them. And I thought this is the first time I've obviously done this part of the quest, and I thought it'd be a lot harder. This part here was quite easy, taking the guys out in the tunnel, just getting them kind of lined up. And this weapon goes through 2 people.
I've decided that
Glory, I mean, they really built your character well. I am so sad to see you go. And the only struggle I really had was at this part here, the legendary Brotherhood Knight and then the Knight Captain. I mean, they took a lot of shots, I'll give them that. But yeah, you finish that quest, you go speak to Desdemona, who's, I mean, you've just saved them all. And her only thing is, can you go kill more of them, please? Get this pretty cool cinematic scene with Tinker Tom, get an explosion while I speak to him. I risk it all for 92 railroad spikes, and I mean that's enough to kill me, right? Reload that save, do it properly without robbing old Tinker Tom, get myself onto the thing with the explosive charge, get myself on the vertibird, but before I do that, decide to take down the vertibird with the railroad spikes, and yeah, I mean, look at that damage. It just starts spinning out. I get myself onto the vertibird and I just start spinning. I mean, sorry if that caused anyone any sickness there. Dock up at the Brotherhood of Steel Pridwin and got to do something that's, although feels very unnatural in Fallout 4, if you've watched any of my Fallout New Vegas videos, is very natural at this point, wiping out the Brotherhood. I tried to go stealth, I really did. I thought I could do that with the stealth boy. It doesn't really seem to work. So I just decided to go guns blazing. I've got enough ammo at this point. Head up there, set the explosive charges, and there was one thing I wanted to make sure I did. I wanted to steal the cool outfits. So I had to go find Lance Captain Kells to get his hat. I mean, what is he doing? Just asking. Going to steal his hat. Isn't that just really strange how that guy's just standing there in position just waiting? But I go to leave and I get one of the nastiest surprises. I mean, couldn't even move at the start. So Elder Maxim, I get my revenge by missing, and bam!
Okay, maybe not.
His head doesn't come off, which was disappointing. And yeah, I mean, I get his jacket, I get Lance Cowell's hat, I mean, a pretty cool little black hat, and get to watch the Pridwin blow up for the first time from this point of view. I'm used to seeing it from the castle, but this time, wow. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty cool. I feel like in this game, I don't know who they wanted to set up as the bad guys, you know? I get that the Railroad are supposed to be the good guys, but they're unlikable. But the Brotherhood are quite cool, but they're actually really bad people. And then you've got the Institute, which is probably the best hope for the Commonwealth, but they're also like pretty evil as well. And then the Minutemen, man. The Minutemen are the MVPs of this game. I mean, they don't get enough love. I mean, people make fun of Preston. I ain't never going to make fun of Preston again. He's the only one that... He's the only faction that's got any morality. He's the only one that's just pure good. Not the rest of this nonsense out here. Anyway, less of my complaining about the factions. I take out all the Sims, head up to Father, hit him with the old spike in the face, head down, get a pretty cool one-shot on a legendary enemy, which I thought was pretty nice. Open up the reactor door, head in, and set off the pulse charge. I decided to save my Sim son for probably one of the only second time I've ever done it in a playthrough. Head up to the roof of the detonator, setting off the charge and proving that yes, you can indeed beat Fallout 4 with just the railway rifle. But damn it, before I end this video, I gotta make sure I get a few shots on Desmond before it goes to black. Don't go to black yet. I've still got 300 ammo. Do you know how much caps this cost me? And there we go, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun watching this. I did a little bit of complaining in that recording there, but overall I did have a lot of fun using the weapon despite the faction I was with. I obviously know that the ammo issue might upset a few people, but I mean, at the end of the day, these challenge runs are supposed to be using the weapon itself, and I didn't want to make it a gun bashing one. Maybe I'll do a gun bashing run someday, or maybe a shredder one, but for now I just wanted to do to use the weapon and actually have the ammo for the weapon instead of just, you know, a running around kind of thing, gun bashing and stuff like that. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Please leave a comment if there's any challenges you want me to do in Fallout 4. I'm happy to hear any suggestions you guys like. I've got a huge list from you guys that I'm still wanting to do and get through, but I've got a lot of recordings that I've got saved up and I want to keep going through with. So please, if you guys have left a suggestion, believe me, I'll get to it when I can. And yeah, other than that, hope you enjoyed the video and see you guys next time.